What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Asian man says America's weakness is white supremacy. Hold on, let me take a sip of my coffee. All right, now. So, this Asian man, first of all, I know there's this stereotype, right? They hate this shit. Asian people hate this shit. I mean, do they though? Right? The stereotype that every Asian man is super smart, right? But there's a lot of super smart Asian men, all right? And this is one of them. This guy's a genius, all right? He got to figure it out. I'm finding all these people who got to figure it out. All we needed was social media and the easy way to upload your own ideas on the, without having to do all this editing stuff. And you find all these guys, they may not be good at editing, but they got a lot of knowledge that they need to disseminate. And this Asian man is showed disseminating nothing but the truth. Nothing but facts. Math, that's mathing. Real simple. Math, that's mathing. The capabilities of humankind, all right, is being wasted by the weakness of racism and tribalism. It is. America could be so far ahead right now if racist people weren't racist. If racist people weren't racist, we would have universal health care. Every American would have their health care taken care of if America wasn't racist. If America wasn't racist, our military would still remain and forever be the most powerful military in the world with the most amount of troops. And they would be well paid if white folks weren't racist. If they weren't racist, Social Security and disability would probably be more robust, right? People would get paid more. They would be, inflation would probably, you would get paid, based on inflation and the economy, and people will be able to actually provide for their family through these funded government sources. Like racism, if racism wasn't a thing in America, our foreign policy would be stronger, and people would actually look at America as the hero or as Big Brother on a planet who has all his American might to fight for justice and liberation. But American racism, it manifests itself in foreign policy to attack all things brown, to don't pay attention to anything white, and continue to destroy and steal all things black. Like, white people in America, they literally vote against their worst interests just to be racist. All the rich white people in the suit got to do to get the poor white trash, okay, poor white trash off their backs is to point at a black person and say he did it. They have conditioned these white people to see black people as the problem to all of their problems, right? And the solution is to do what? Eliminate that problem, because they be trying to do that shit and they still be having the same problems no matter what. Right? So the idea of America, right? Immigrants coming from all sorts of places around the world, coming together as one new nationality based off people wanting to be part of a nation and not being forced to be part of a nation, even though the nation was built by people forced to be a part and build and create and foundation and, create the foundation and the money that provided the power and advantage of this nation, which is the black people, right? Right. We are literally the oil in the engine and the engine parts itself, right? Who run this engine called capitalism that gave America the biggest example out of any country in the world, who never had 300-400 years of free slavery, basically another 100 years of slavery under another name during the Industrial Revolution, and all these new forms of slavery that is second to only Japan and Korea and China in their slavery forms of what they call employment, right? So, with all that being said, Asian man, got it right. That's what it is, man. If you eliminate racism, America and the way it's supposed to operate will continue to operate and be stronger, and wouldn't be eaten from within, because this empire is being destroyed by white people and their racism. So at the end of the day, racism is what will destroy America. The infection from within inside. Now, if we get rid of racism, or we get rid of the people who are perpetually racist, then America will thrive. Think about that. Get rid of racism, or get rid of the people who are racist, and leave America and its structure without the racist or the racist bias, then America will thrive. Think about it. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
White supremacy is the Achilles heel of the American empire. Let's not think about this emotionally. Let's think about it logically. Is white supremacy true or false? I think it's pretty easy to debunk because all you really have to do is define whiteness. When did it start? Who qualifies? Because whatever answer anybody gives, just ask them, then what about the people before that? But honestly, if you want to debate me on that, go away. Like, don't even comment. So now let's go with the given that white supremacy is not true. That means in the game of empire, which is essentially the acquisition of resources, the invention of new technology, and the propagation of culture, the biggest advantage is not going to be having more white people. It is having more people and them being treated better. Whatever science fiction technologies are going to change the world next, we are in a race to A, dream them up, that's culture, B, to figure out how to get them done, that's innovating technology, and how to actually implement them into our lives, and that's the acquisition of resources. My stance on history is that from about the 1920s to about the 2010s, America has had the advantage in all three of those. And a big part of that was because it was different people from different places coming together. Not always peaceably, but they did live together. And it helped tremendously that the other empires of the world were kicking people out that they didn't like because of their ethnicity, their skin tone, their heritage, their language. And America would take them and not always nicely, but at least be like, we'll take them. And if you have something to offer in terms of technology, in terms of culture, then we will implement that into our society. And again, this was not done always kindly or generously, slavery, but it was done. And the current geopolitical landscape is that a lot of these empires, they're back, or they've merged with other empires to form bigger empires. And in this present moment, geographically and militarily, America is unmatched. So for all these other empires, if you're going to weaken America or you're going to try to take their place, you're not going to win right now in a fist fight. So what is the best strategy? Well, it's the one that they learned from history that actually allowed America to grow. Get America to fight itself. Get America to start trying to kick people out instead of bringing people in, because then if you're the next empire that can successfully start to go around the world and say, hey, we just want more people. We want more people because we want to educate them, because we need to invent the next technologies. We need to create the cultures, and we need to figure out how to utilize the resources we have more effectively, and we just need more people to do that. That country is going to start growing. And once they can make that technological leap, once all of a sudden another empire has a technology that is so advanced that America cannot live with themselves, then that's how you take down the chip leader.
Belief isn't simply a thing for fat times and bright days, I think. What is belief? What is faith if you don't continue in it after failure? Anyone can believe in someone or something that always succeeds, but failure, not failure. That is a hard thing to believe in, certainly and truly. Difficult enough to have value, I think.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.